people in it,
Maybe they ain't got there yet.
but that's how you do it. You go to the bottom.
So,
Mine's unmuted.
it's on what?
It's unmuted.
Oh, so I just sit right here and wait.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the master class, Bring Her Back. Tonight, we're just glad that you're here, glad you're joining us. My name is Joelle. This is my wife, Annie, and we are here to talk about your world of sickness, of problems that you're suffering with, and how you can find health simply, quickly, and in a way that's sustainable, both for yourself and for your family, should you choose to include them on this journey. I'm so glad you're here. And I know that some of you have spent a lot of time on Google. Dr. Google, I like to call it oftentimes. You've watched enough videos to fill a library about health. You've bought enough supplements. How many of you have supplements in your pantry that have just filled up your pantry? Some of you don't even take anymore. They're just everywhere. You've started diets, you've been on exercise fads, and you've even promised yourself that, Monday is going to be when I start enough times. And some of you have sat in your doctor's office and were told that everything looks okay. But when you got to your car, you told yourself, I don't feel okay. I don't feel okay. And that is a reality that so many of you are struggling with. And that is why we are here tonight. Mm-hmm. Some of your symptoms may include hair thinning, chin hair that it shouldn't be there, not like mine that's supposed to be there. Maybe you have some belly fat that showed up after you were 40 and just refuses to go away. Maybe it's your energy. Maybe you've tried staying on caffeine as a habitual habit because your energy just will not stay up. Anytime you're not on caffeine and your night didn't go just a certain way, your energy is terrible throughout the day. Maybe it's your moods. Some of us struggle with mood problems. And I'd like to tell you just quickly, mood especially is oftentimes connected with your chemistry. Your chemistry. That is something that can be fixed. Your blood pressure is creeping up. That's something that I talk about all the time on my TikTok, on my Facebook and Instagram. Some places they call me the blood pressure guy because I'm always talking about blood pressure because it's one of the easiest things to reverse when you find the cause. And in the healthcare system, it's one of the most lucrative chronic diseases because we give you more and more and more pills and we tell you that you've got to be on them for the rest of your life, that it's genetic, that you're never going to get off. There's nothing you can do about it. But I'm here to tell you that that is not true. So all of these symptoms, all of these struggles that you're having, you may be asking yourself, what happened? How did I end up here? Mm-hmm. How did I end up here? But sometimes the hardest part isn't the chin hair. It isn't the cuff reading. It isn't the number on the scale. Sometimes the hardest part is not knowing what it all means. All these numbers that the doctors throw at you, the lab values, the blood pressure, the weight, why it won't turn on, why it won't go down, your hormones, all these words, cortisol and stress panels and CBCs and WB, all these names and numbers. Tonight, we're not going to give you 76 more things to do to fix your health. We're going to teach you how to see the clues, how to interpret what's going on with your body, and how to reverse some of these things simply and naturally in a way that's easy to understand. I have a question for you all. Are you ready? Just a quick question. When it comes to your health, why? What is your why? Why do you want to get your health back? Type it in the chat for me. Tell me why you are here. Why do you want to work on your health? Type it in the chat. I would love to see your answers because that is what we are going to use as leverage going forward. Type in the chat. Tell me, why do you want to get your health back? Grandkids, that's a good one. Uh, feel healthier. Excellent, excellent.
Keep going.
Keep coming, keep them coming. Freedom from pills. Okay, all right, all right. Feel more energetic and healthier. I like it. To stay out of the hospital and doctor's office and also the pharmacy.
And the nursing home.
And the nursing home. Good one. Live a long, healthy life. Break generational issues. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Getting older. Yep. To reverse my blood pressure, be a healthier woman, live longer. Man, these are good. These are so good. Now, I want you to keep your answer close to you, close to your heart, in your mind, forefront of your mind as we go through tonight's presentation. Stay out of the nursing home. Excellent. Feel my system is different. Amazing. Keep these answers at the forefront of your mind because we're going to come back to them, okay? We are going to come back to them. I have good news for you. Oftentimes you look in the past and there's this woman or man in your brain who was healthy, who was vibrant, and who felt so much better about themselves, about life. I want to tell you tonight that woman that you miss may not be gone. She's still there. Maybe what you're experiencing isn't the end of your story. It's not the end. Because I can tell you the fact that you're here means that there is something you can do, because we are going to share with you things that you can start doing tonight. So you are in the right place to get your health back. Get the things off of that woman who is under all the symptoms and feelings and stress and numbers that are confusing, to let that woman back out. Your body is always, always trying to tell you something. The symptoms that you feel are not defining factors. They don't identify you. They are simply alarms that there's something going on inside of you that needs attention.
I love it. I love it. And if you're just joining us, Joel and I are nurses, and we've been nurses combined. We have about 36 years of experience nursing and just over 20 years of experience coaching. And I primarily coach women, and he coaches with those later stage illnesses that can come up, as we go along in life. We've got the diabetes, the hypertension, things that you've been told are genetic, things that you've been told there's nothing you can do about, things that you've been battling with that have changed your identity. And what he just said about the identity, that's what I deal with. When women, including myself, I've been through this, walk in front of a mirror and you cannot seem to recognize yourself. Not because you've gotten older, that's expected based on your age, but because there's a spark missing, there's that identity missing. You're just like, where is my feeling of myself? What happened to me? When did I become so angry? When did my face structure change? Not the wrinkles, but the structure, that's inflammation. And you have seen people reverse it, and now it is your turn. So I'm so glad you're in this space. You are in the right room today, and I hope you have come to receive, but also to hope for a better future. Take charge of your future. So what are we talking about tonight?
So tonight we are hitting the high points. So if you were in our challenge recently, we covered a lot of information, and tonight we are hitting the high points that we kind of breezed through. And we are going to be talking about some of the top causes of your symptoms, how to reverse them. And then we're going to share something at the end of our presentation that is going to be a special offer just for you.
That is so good. So good. So if you're ready to get going, type in the chat, ready. Oh, let me scoot over a little bit. There we go. So that the people can see the person who's talking. So let me Let me know if you're ready. If you're ready, type ready in the chat. Let us know that we can get going. Buckle your seatbelts because this is the day your life changes. You know, we intentionally called our challenge Change My Life Challenge because that's exactly what we wanted to do to change your life. Now, this is a master class, but you're still going to get the life changing information. It's going to cost you something. You're here at no cost, but it is going to cost you something. It's going to cost you being willing to believe that something better is possible for you. It's going to cost you having to switch the lies that somebody passed on to you for the actual truth that you can thrive no matter your age. You can feel energy again when you wake up in the morning and play with the grandkids. You can travel again and you can, with your doctor's help and permission, rather, with our help and your doctor's permission, you can get off your pills again. Like, these are things that you're going to have to believe in order to get your transformation tonight. So, how many of you have looked in the mirror lately or in the last 5 months, 6 months, a year, and just thought, is this really me? Is this really me? Is this what life has come to? And is this what's going to be permanent? Is this how life is going to be from now on? If that's happened to you, you're not alone. And we're going to help you discover the stronger version of the woman you are now. You know, something that we were talking about today, as we were discussing, just health and different things, because we talk about it a lot. We have to stay on top of our game to serve you at the highest level. And we realized that the idea of going back to health is not really what you want. We all know that you can't be 17 again. I'm in my 40s now. I cannot be 16 again. I don't want to be 15 again. That girl made some foolish decisions. I want to thrive as a whole woman with all my experience, with all my wisdom. I want to show up at the highest level where I am in life right now. And that's what you want. That's what every woman I've spoken to wants. They want to fulfill their purpose at this age. They want to live their healthiest at this age. And so I don't want you to look at who you are now. I want you to look at who you can be, not who you were, not who you are, but who you can be. That's the girl that's worth fighting for. That's the girl that we're here to fight for. So, the very first thing we're going to talk about this evening is coming back, getting that girl back. What does that look like? Taking charge of your future, getting back to yourself. So we're going to talk about some of the triggers. Joel is going to walk us through 2 or 3 things that have been contributing, stealing your identity from you. It's not you. It's not intentional, but there are things that are hidden in your life that have been taking parts of you back, and we want to restore that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. In my coaching career, one of the biggest things that I've seen oftentimes, and you may be one of these people that feels this way, is that my numbers define me. My numbers are my future. You know, Oftentimes in the hospital, as I worked as a nurse, giving out these new prescriptions, we had to speak a specific way. We had to talk about the high blood pressure or the new diagnosis of diabetes in terms of something that was going to be their lifelong sentence. That's just how we were trained. And so I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but when you first got your prescription, some of the language sound like you're never going to get off this stuff. That works on your mind. That really starts to affect your identity and how you see yourself. I'm a diabetic. I have high blood pressure, and that's just the way it is. But I'm here to tell you that your numbers are signals. They are not sentences. So, for instance, when someone would come into my ER, the first thing that we do is put you on a monitor. We put a bunch of leads on your chest. I'm sure you've experienced that at some point potentially. Put a little oxygen probe on your finger. We start an IV. We put a blood pressure cuff on, and we hook you up to all these things that monitor your numbers. When we look at the monitor, we are not defining who you are. Neither should you. All we do when we look at that monitor is gather information. So that's how I want you to start looking at your blood pressure numbers, your blood sugar numbers, your lab values, your A1C. All of these things are just information. They do not define you. Another thing that I see a lot is fear. Fear of the numbers, stress of the numbers. So you go to get your blood pressure cuff, and immediately you feel this stress starting to build, this worry, this anxiety of what the number is going to show. And I promise you that immediately raises your blood pressure numbers by 5 to 10 points just by stressing about the number you're about to see. So, couple things that you can do to really help in that situation is relax. Remember that those numbers do not define you. Take a moment to breathe, calm yourself before you take the reading. And just that small exercise is going to change so much, not only how you view your numbers, but what shows up on the reading.
So good. I think another one that would be really helpful is to keep track for yourself. So, right before you go into the doctor's office, if you are in fact going and you know they're going to take your blood pressure reading, this is for those who have blood pressure, high blood pressure. We're going to talk a little more about the hormones, the reason behind some of your symptoms, including high blood pressure. But if you find yourself ready for your appointment, take your blood pressure reading, write it down so you can tell the doctor's office what it was. And because you would have already taken it, you have a feeling of calm. You're not going there for a surprise. You're not wondering what it's going to run that afternoon because you've already taken it ahead of time. So those are just some tweaks you can do when you're at the doctor's office. But what can she do when she's at home to start getting her blood pressure under control?
Yeah. That's the first step, though, is addressing that fear, that stress behind the numbers, and separating it from your identity. That is one of the first steps. Another thing you can do is starting just a simple exercise routine. Morning, as soon as you wake up, go outside, walk for 10 or 15 minutes in the sunshine, getting deep breaths of fresh air, relaxing, putting your mind at ease, looking around, seeing what in nature is amazing, what you're thankful for. This is a practice that in itself does wonders for your blood pressure. The other one that I really encourage you to try doing starting today, tonight, tomorrow, is drinking more water. Double the amount of water you drink. It's so, so important to getting your blood in the right consistency. It's not as thick when you are hydrated, and your heart doesn't have to work as hard. So your blood pressure starts to have this nice, even keel.
That is so good. That is so good. I hope you're writing these down. In fact, research has shown that if you are in the sun for about 20 minutes, now, if you're a darker complexion like me, you will have to be in the sun for a little longer, but it can help drop your blood pressure points by 10 to 15. It's a powerful tool. One of the women that I coach, she was in her mid 40s and she was struggling with high blood pressure, but she had young children. And so, can you imagine how much fear she experienced every time she had to go to the ER? She was tired of going to the ER. In fact, she said she didn't want to go to the ER anymore because she was embarrassed that they now knew her by her first name. So, I want to stop here as a nurse and say, if you need to go to the ER, please do so. But she came for help. And within 2 weeks, 2 weeks, she had got off her meds. Her doctor was in charge of that, but she did these simple tweaks. So I'm not saying that's going to happen for you. I'm saying that it may be possible, okay? She was under coaching and guidance, but what I'm saying is there are things you can do in your life to physically start to turn your life around. That's why we created the Change My Life Challenge. And now we're telling you all the highlights that we've walked women through over the past week in that challenge. So you just really want to have hope and start looking at what can change my life and do those things. A lot of times people don't do it because it's so simple and so small, like drink more water.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the underlying principle here
Mm-hmm.
is this. And I'm going to give you an example that some of you have experienced. Imagine with me for a second that you have a house with a basement. You go down into that basement one day and you splash into a foot of water in your basement. Now, that's some people's worst nightmare. I know. I've experienced it myself. And the first thing you do when you have that experience is not grab a mop. Now, in this scenario, this mop is your pills, okay? Because you have a symptom of high blood pressure and you're trying to fix the symptom, right? In the basement, you have a symptom of a flood of water and you're trying to fix the flood with a mop. Does that work? How successful have you been at fixing your blood pressure by taking pills for the last year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Have you fixed your high blood pressure problem by mopping the basement that's flooded? What is the first thing that you need to do? You need to stop the leak. You've got to stop the leak. And some of you, if I ask you, why do you have high blood pressure? Just a simple question like that. Your brain will immediately start trying to think, trying to solve that question. Why do I have high blood pressure? Well, when it first started, I was in my 40s. My hormones were kind of out of whack. I started experiencing body changes. My life got really stressful. Maybe I lost a loved one around that time. Your brain does far more for you in that moment than your doctor ever has at trying to find the cause. Because logically, our brains always want to solve the problem. It doesn't want to just deal with symptoms. It doesn't want to go into a flooded basement and mop for the next year. It wants to turn the faucet off. And so that's how we coach. Annie and I, our purpose is to help you find the leak and fix the leak. And you would be astounded at how quickly your body begins to heal itself when you fix the leak.
That's the root cause, the why it happened in the first place. And Joel is absolutely right. And one thing that we never tell you to do, by the way, is we never say stop taking your pills. That's just dangerous. Okay. I know sometimes on Google, on social media, you have people in the natural world, just stop taking your pills. Don't do that. It's okay because once you start putting in the right inputs, you're going to start seeing your numbers change. And then between you and the doctor who put you on those pills, they'll start to wean you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because doctors, when they see healthy numbers, they have to make changes legally. And so all you have to do is present them a record of the healing, and your doctors have to take you off your medications or begin to wean you off.
So the secret is not really knowing more. It's not Googling for more information. It's not watching the next podcast. It's not even continuing to come to master classes and gathering more notes. It's doing something different than you've been doing over the past 5, 10, 20 years. I was listening to a podcast one day and they had a panel of women. It was very interesting. And they were talking about women's health changes after 40. I love that stuff. This is my audience. And so they were talking about the changes after 40. One woman was sharing about her libido changes, the sticky weight, thinning hair, chin hair, anxiety, depression, aches and pains, joints, and like, what just happened? We thought 40 was the new 20, but alas, here we are with all these symptoms. And so, one of the questions they asked is, what do you think you should have done earlier in life to prevent these changes from happening, no matter what age you are? And the answers were so good, but I was so sad that it ended at that question. The question should have been, what are you willing to start doing today? What are you willing to do to get your future back? What are you willing to do to get back to your calling, to get your confidence back, to get that glow back, to get your energy back, to get your mind back from the brain fog? What are you willing to change? Everything has a cost. Change has a cost. We've done it for our family. We've had children while changing, and we've had to exchange what we were doing for something better so that our children don't inherit the mess. We have genetic things that flow through us. In fact, Joel is probably going to share about his encounter with high blood pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as a nurse, most of my career was night nursing. And night nursing, working at night in general, is an automatic recipe for high blood pressure, just off the bat. So, all of you that have ever worked third shift, you know what I'm talking about. But not only is just working nights a high blood pressure issue, but you often add to that caffeine. And I was no exception to that. Lots of caffeine intake just to try to stay awake. And my diet also suffered.
Yeah.
So you're eating all through the night, drinking lots of caffeine to stay awake, and then your circadian rhythm is just completely backwards. And so, yeah, suffered from high blood pressure at an early age and began this journey of health and realizing what some of my causes were. And it was very, very quickly dealt with when I just made a few tweaks, even as I continued to work nights. So there are ways to handle and deal with working third shift and still managing a natural and healthy blood pressure.
That is so good. Here's a writer downer. Anybody who's taking notes. We shared this during the challenge. I want you to write this down. It's going to change your life. Information alone is not going to help you. Information, you've got to add conviction to that. What is conviction? Conviction is knowing what the thing does. Conviction is tying, being able to tie, to link that, oh my, the reason I have this going on, the reason my back is hurting is because I twisted it or I did this. Next time, I'm not going to do that. That's conviction, right? It's not just information, then conviction, but that's not enough to bring about transformation. Now you need action. Information plus conviction plus action equals transformation. You will not go wrong with that equation. So the question becomes, why don't we experience more transformation? We don't teach drink more water, eat more veggies. And yes, we share with you exactly the foods you need to eat to get your transformation faster, exactly the herbs you need to get your transformation faster, exactly for your body type, for your age, blah, blah, blah. It's personalized. But that's not the point because you already know that. I already know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet sometimes we still do the thing that we know is not going to help us. So this is not the point where you start guilting yourself, feeling bad, feeling like a failure. Oh, I did that thing again. I ate another burger again. I had some fries the other day. I'm not guilting myself about it. They have a place in my life. The point is knowing what to do in the right sequence and then getting that action, being coached by the right people, showing up for yourself no matter what it feels like every day, being in the right community. Community. Somebody put the word community in the chat.
Yes.
Every reasonable, great progress, whether it's in countries, whether it's with freedom fighting, whether it's with changing laws, whatever has happened and has actually changed the world has happened with and in community.
Yeah.
You cannot remove community.
Yeah.
So,
And one of the things that I've also seen that has helped being being on a journey of any sort where community is involved, you have the outside eyes. So I had one client that came to me and she talked about how healthy she practiced. Her diet was great, her exercise regimen was great. She had a good mindset and all these things, just listing all the things that she was doing right.
yeah.
And my question was like, okay, why are we even having a conversation? But she's like, I still don't feel well. Like inside, I just don't feel well. My stress level, my cortisol is high. My doctors are saying that I'm still showing signs of deterioration, even though I'm doing all these things. And as she talked, I could kind of get a sense that there was this almost obsession with practices. And oftentimes, when I'm speaking with people that are obsessed with healthy practices, there's something internal that they are not addressing. And so I tell this story to tell you that sometimes there is outside observance that can help you look beyond what you think is all right to some of the underlying internal things that you may need to address. And so we started talking about her past, her forgiveness, her anger. And these are the areas where we really started to unfold some things that she really needed to address, things that she was holding on to inside that she wasn't letting go of. And those are the things that often are the source of so many health issues, regardless of how many pills you're taking, regardless of how much exercise you're doing, how great your diet is, there's still things that can be seen by an outside observer. So community is absolutely, absolutely essential.
Let me give you all the 4 steps. I'm going to give you the 4 pro steps in the right order if you want to experience a transformation within the next 90 days in your health. Make sure to write this down. 4 steps. There are 4 steps. It's going to cover what Joelle just said. It's going to cover more. You're going to know what to do. 4 steps. Simple steps, okay? Not 76 steps, 4 steps. Step number 1 is called emotional access. I used to skip that step when I was a new coach, because a lot of coaches, we just want to give you the protocol, like, hey, do this diet, take this exercise. Here is the protocol. It worked for that other person. It must for sure work for you. That's not how the body works. And I was trying this and I was so frustrated. I'm like, Why are the people I'm learning from, Barbara O'Neill and other of the coaches that were at this lifestyle center where we were learning, why are they experiencing so much transformation with their people they coach, and why am I failing? And I realized after some time that I was not preparing the person who was about to receive the information. Information alone is not enough. So we had to learn that we needed to get the emotional access. That means put it all on the table. That trauma from your childhood, deal with it. If you need to get a coach, if you need to get some people in our coaching practice, we actually have trauma therapists who come and do the work. That's not our jam. My jam is hormones. His is your nursing numbers. So we have people who come in to help you, walk you through, know how to deal with those stressors, know how to grieve and let go, because it can be so hard sometimes to do that. And so that's the first step, emotional access. Then you have room for those good emotions, for your dreams and your hopes and your purpose and the things that you've been called to do that you haven't done yet because you've been afraid and you've been hiding and your confidence is low. Now you will have time and space to do that. The second step is mental ascension. Mental ascension is where you ascend mentally. That means you're going to have to let go of the weights. Let go of the weights and rise. Let go of the weights and rise. The weights are the lies from society, the things you've been told about your body since you were young or not told, the lie of omission, the lie that it's your genetics and that's why it's happening to you. It's not true.
Yeah.
There was a trigger somewhere that turned that gene on. The gene is there, but it can be turned off. We let go of the lies and we ascend. That's mental ascension. There's unteaching before there's teaching. There's letting go before there's educating. That's our second step that we walk women through. And then the third step is physical activation. Now, here is the step that you start to do stuff. And we're like, hey, so that 5K that you've been dreaming about since you were little, how about you can attempt that? And we'll walk you through getting your body ready for the movement that it needs. But by the time that comes, you are ready to get started because the things that have been holding you back have been removed. Then the last step, step number four, behavior alteration. Behavior alteration. That's where we make it sustainable. So I'm not even gonna lie to you, okay? When we coach you, the first 12 weeks are a clinic. That's how you have to think about it. You're like, I'm in a clinic, okay? Life looks different for a short time so that it can look beautiful for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years, for the next grandchild. And so behavior alteration, we make it sustainable. We tell you, the herbs and the teas and the this and the that, just to give you that coasting ground so you never have to start over. You never have to start over. So those are the 4 steps. Once again, first one, emotional access, then mental ascension, and then physical activation, and then behavior alteration. So these are the steps you can take to win.
So good. So good. And I can feel your brains just turning. Like, I've never heard stuff like this before. This is not the way my doctor talks. This is not the way the hospital tells me to get healthier. And oftentimes, one of the first thoughts after that is this has to be a scam. This has to be completely whack, crazy woo-woo, naturopath, natural heat. No, what we're telling you is simple logic. I think that if you just give yourself a moment, you can see the logic. You can see what we're talking about, finding the cause. fixing the cause, finding how to reverse the issue that started the problem in the first place.
Yes.
And when it comes to that, we don't care if you work with us or not. This is something we are so burdened for people to understand that if you will just find the cause,
boom,
and fix the cause,
boom,
you will find health again.
Yes.
Doesn't matter whether you work with us, whether you do it on your own, whether you find a friend to start doing it with.
Yes.
There's so many ways that you can do this. And the reason we believe this is because God said so. Proverbs 26, verse 2. When you get off of here, you can go look it up. Proverbs 26, verse 2.
Come on.
God tells us that when you look at a bird flying and you automatically know that the way it got from point A to point B was by flying, simple. Nobody had to explain that to you with rocket science or formulation or anything. You just know that that bird flew from point A to point B. Just like that, so everything that's wrong with you has a cause.
Oh.
Simple logic. You had something that happened. This is the cause. This is the effect after the cause.
So good.
All the symptoms that you have are effects of a core cause. And so it is so very important to us to help you understand that concept. So like we're saying, find someone to work with. Find a community to work with. Do it on your own, but I promise you that if you get the right type of person to work with, you will experience these reversals faster.
Absolutely.
Every business owner knows this. Every professional athlete knows this, that when they want to get the results faster, better, stronger, in a more efficient package, what do they get? They get a coach. They get a coach that is an expert in that area, helping them compress time. It's all about compressing time.
So good. So good. Hey, listen, we are not gurus, okay? And influencers and all these kind of, we're nurses who are coaches, and we had to get coached to get here. We were just nurses. And the only reason we even got into this natural, like preventative, like how do I get my health back thing? Because we were the people passing pills, right? Really, really fast. And then we had a baby. We got married, had a baby, and we're like, this girl, oh my, she started teething. And her teething was so crazy. I knew exactly what to do. I'm the nurse. So I'm like, okay, I need to go get Tylenol. And I was like, wait a minute, I know the side effects. Because as a nurse, we have to learn the side effects of medications. And so now it's like, it's so close to home. You're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What else can I do? By the way, those are 5 words that can save your life. Next time someone tells you you've got to take this and this for this diagnosis and that, what else can I do? Ask your provider that. If they cannot answer you, find another provider. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But those questions got us looking, and that's how we ended up running into this lifestyle center, wellness center. There was a price we had to pay to get coached. We had to leave travel nursing, okay? We had to leave it and go pay somebody to teach us. And then the craziest thing happened. We saw people getting well, and we said, wait, what? How is it people are, for the first time in our lives, coming off of medications, not going on to them?
Yeah.
That mangled our brains. And we ended up staying there as volunteers, travel nursing to volunteer for 3 years.
Yeah. I remember one story, this guy, he was there for cancer. And one of the treatments he was on, he would go to the local hospital because he was getting treatment for leukemia. And then he would come out to this lifestyle center we were working at, and he would get natural treatments to help boost his immune system.
Mm.
And so normally when you have leukemia or any type of immunocompromising type of cancer of the blood and things like that, they give you a shot called Neupogen. And Neupogen helps boost your white blood cell count artificially and temporarily to fight off whatever it can, and then it comes crashing back down again. And then you have to get another shot, and your white blood cell comes up and then crashes again. Well, what we were doing with him at this lifestyle center was just water treatments. That's it. Just water treatments. It was a water specific type of water treatment externally that would help boost his immune system, boost his white blood cell count, but not temporarily. So he went back to the doctor after about a week of treatments, and the doctor was so puzzled because normally your white count would do this if you were taking that treatment, but his was staying up. And the doctor said, "What in the world are you doing that is causing your white blood cell count to stay up?" And he said, "Well, I'm just going to this place out here in the middle of nowhere and getting some water therapies." This is just a small piece, a small micro picture of what is possible when you apply the right things to the right problem with your body. And unfortunately, now this is a disclaimer, like I've been a nurse for over 20 years, and so the hospital system is there for a purpose.
Yes.
There is an ER, there is an operating room for a purpose that if I'm in a car accident, I need to go to the ER.
Yes.
I'm not saying that there's herbs that will treat every single thing. But what I am saying is that when it comes to chronic illnesses, the healthcare system fails to understand the concept of finding the patient's cause, reversing the cause, and teaching them preventative care. Because unfortunately, they're just not incentivized to do that. There's money for them if they keep you on pills.
Come on.
There's money for them if they keep you coming back. That's all these incentives for the opposite effect. And so what we are trying to teach you is how to find your causes, reverse your causes, and your doctor will have to work with you legally to help bring you down off these medications. And that sounds pretty good. I mean, that's what we're here for, I promise you.
Yeah, for me, the best part is somebody in your family, someone in your church, someone in your community, one of your children, maybe, somebody is going to come to you and say, "What did you do? What did you do?" Because it's going to be so evident no matter what age you are. It's going to be so evident that something changed. You have a glow to you. You have more energy. You have a pep in your step. Those things that used to make you tired, now you can sustain a little more. Now, you are anticipating for life. Now, when people say, "Hey, you want to go out and do this and that and the other," you don't have to make excuses anymore. You don't have to feel bad anymore.
Yeah.
This is what I want for you. Then you can take this candle. Remember, we told you about how we got our candle from this lifestyle place. Now we share it with the world on the internet. Now you can do the same. You become the change you want to see in your family. That's legacy. And I know some people, it's like, "Hey, I just want to be able to take a trip to the beach and not have to map out the nearest ER. I just want to be able to get my body back, start exercising so I don't have to be leaking all the time." Sometimes it's the swollen legs. Sometimes it's the pure exhaustion that is keeping you. And that's all you want that's all you want to change. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It doesn't have to be diabetes and hypertension. It can just be getting your future back, looking forward to the next 5 years.
Yeah. And some of you are a little older than us,
Mm.
and you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good for you young people, but you are the people we are referring to. 80% of our audience is over 65.
Mm.
This is not something that we are trying to talk to young people about.
Mm.
These are things that we want to tell the older generation.
The change makers.
The change makers.
Mm.
The people that are so important to us. My grandmother, my mother. These are the people that are important to us, and we are trying to help you get your lives back because we have seen behind the curtain. We know that behind the scenes, there is a system in place to put you on a one-way track to the nursing home.
Oh, come on.
And the nursing home is designed to take everything you own and feed it back into the system where it's recycled and put you in a place where you have no voice, where you have no say. We both worked in the nursing homes together. And we know what nursing homes, you know what nursing homes are like. And it is our passion to help you avoid them at all costs.
Wow.
Yes, we would love to change the nursing home system.
Yeah.
That is the passion that I have.
Yeah.
One day,
That's
perhaps.
Goals. That's goals.
But
Yeah.
for right now, I can keep as many people out of the nursing home as I possibly can.
Sweet.
So
that is so good.
I want you to take hope that no, we are not scams.
Mm.
We are really here to help you find your health again and live out the rest of your days in a healthier, happier future.
Yeah, so you can have peace again. So you can have freedom again. So you can find your strength again and your joy and your future and love. So you can want love and feel worthy of love. So you can say no. So you can have boundaries. You know what I'm talking about? Boundaries where you're like, hey, you're not stealing my peace today. No matter the person or whatever, right? So you can enjoy life to the fullest, so you can pursue your purpose. So you can pursue your purpose. Notice no one said so you can eat steamed broccoli. Listen, I love broccoli, okay? I need seasoning on my food. And that's the thing, so you can have options. So you can have options.
Now, do you notice how everything that she listed disappears when your health goes down?
Oh, wow.
All of those things go out the window. Your freedom, your peace, your love, your joy, your future, everything disappears when your health is gone. I've seen it on so many people's faces in my trauma bay. Just this idea that I wish I had invested more time, more money, more of myself into my health.
Yeah.
But it's too late.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, listen, this is there's so much more, but we've got to respect your time. Okay? We've got to respect your time. But I want you to see what we've covered so far in just this little amount of time. And if you are on another platform like TikTok, just hang on, girl. I'm about to hook you up. Your body is always speaking, and we've not been taught to listen. We've not been taught to pay attention. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to start at the right place. I showed you the first steps. Most people think that fixing the mental space, the mind space, is a waste of time because you don't see the results immediately. But it's like planting a tomato seed. You know it's going to come up. And you know what's going to happen after that tomato plant is grown? You're not going to harvest a tomato seed. You're not going to harvest 2 tomato seeds. You're going to get lots of tomatoes, each with hundreds of seeds. That's how investing in your health works. You plant a seed, you get back not a seed, but you get back a plant with tomatoes with tons of seeds. That's what an investment is. So we've showed you that your body is speaking. and it's leaving you blues clues. You've got to start listening to them. No symptom is too small, okay? No symptom is too small. The chin hair, it's speaking. The fast aging, where you just wake up and you're like, I aged 10 years. It happened to me too. I had to fight back. It's speaking. You don't need to fix everything in one day. You just need to start somewhere. Joel is going to talk to you about what working with us is like. If you're already working with us, woo, girl, you go. But if you're just like, hey, I don't even know about this, tell me a little more. Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know. No matter where you are, put a 1 in the chat. Information, all this information, that's not transformation. Because you've gotten the Google and you've gotten the videos and the this and the that and the YouTube and it hasn't transformed. And it's not your fault. I love to say sometimes the source of your information is the source of your inflammation.
Ooh, snap.
It's the truth, though. Because folks are out here just talking and they don't have a background to even know how the body works. I've heard some ridiculous things and then some really difficult things like seed cycling. They're like, oh, if you want to get your body in order, eat this on this day and then eat this on the next day. Like, who's got time for that? What happened to holistic health? What happened to simplicity? What happened to go back to the original? What happened to what did great grandma do?
Yeah.
It was easy. And she had 13 children. And I'm like, I subscribe to that. Okay. It's not eat just grass. Y'all listen, I'm a health coach and I don't like salad. I'm not saying I don't eat salad, but I don't like it. That's not my primary food because this is not about starvation or anything like that. So here's what I'm going to do. For those of you who are on TikTok or another platform, I want you're going to get a link in the chat to come into the Zoom room because Joelle is going to break down for you what we do for those who are interested in seeing how we help women, how we help women. Okay. And I'm speaking directly to women. I'm sorry if you're a guy, this is not your room today. I'm sorry. Because we're very specific. I know as a mom that if you change a woman, you change her family, you change her children's lives, you change her community's lives. If you change a man's life, man, you might have just changed a man's life. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm going to go to the one who can change women's lives. There's a link in the TikTok live. You can go ahead and click, hop into the Zoom room, hop in the next like 5 minutes, and Joelle is going to break down to you how we serve women like you. Girl, I hope I'll see you on the other side. And even if I don't, I'm cheering for you. We're both cheering for you.
That's right.
We're both cheering for you. All right. So Joel, take center stage.
All right.
And I'm gonna go. See ya.
Okay. Let's talk. Let's talk programs here. I'll stay live on TikTok, but if you want to see the slides, come on into the Zoom room and I will share my screen over here. All right. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you tonight is a program that Annie and I put together so that we can give you all the opportunity to experience an accelerated healing path. It's all about acceleration. You know, there's an example given about people that want to be millionaires, right? All of you have made $1 million, most likely. Like it's a very high likelihood that you have made $1 million. But Most of you probably aren't millionaires, like myself. I'm definitely not a millionaire because it's all about time compression. If you make $1 million, but it took you 50 years to do it, that does not make you rich. But if you make $1 million in a day, then you are rich. Now, you're not Bill Gates kind of rich, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. You are rich. Time makes all the difference. So one thing that we are doing in our program is not making you pay for more things, do a bunch of stuff. It's paying for less confusion, less work, less trying, and more transformation. That's what we're doing. And we call it the life change blueprint, where you stop guessing and you know where to start. The life change blueprint. This is the first part of the offer that we are putting together for you. Stop guessing. You know exactly where to start. What your symptoms are trying to tell you. Know your numbers without the panic. Isn't that peace of mind worth so much? Just knowing what you're supposed to do next. Know where to start and what to do next. That is what we are trying to do. And one thing that's unique about Annie and I is that we are naturopaths, but we are also nurses. And so our ability to understand where you are at in the medical system is very, very personal to us. We know all the medications, we know the side effects, we know the medical jargon, we know your biology, we know your anatomy, we know how to speak the language that your doctor speaks while incorporating as many natural methods and simplistic methods as possible. We make the stuff simple for you. So, where do you start? That's what we teach you. So, that alone, your 7-day feel better start, your life back list, we help you see your wins. This is where you start. This is the beginning, okay? This blueprint. And we put this together for you based on the data that you give us. We look at your numbers, we look at your medical chart, and we give you the map, okay? The map. That's a $2,000 value right there. Someone investigating you personally, spending the time with you, assessing you, and putting together a map that fits you. Okay, that's part one. And we're going to stack up these things as we go along so you see the value. Okay, we're not just talking numbers, we're actually talking value here. Now, Annie. Now, this is something else that's unique about us is that I primarily work with chronic illness like blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, cancer, those types of things. And Annie primarily focuses on hormones, balancing hormones naturally. This is our first time coaching together. So this package that we've put together is two separate specialties combined into one. Two nurses, two naturopaths, two separate focuses put into one package so that we cover the whole woman, especially. Again, guys, you're welcome to join this program. I do a special part of it for men if they are part of it, but 80% of our audience is women over the age of 55. And so we are specifically speaking to you if you are a woman over 55, okay? So, the restore system, feel like yourself again and understand what your numbers are telling you. Annie calls her program Bring Sexy Back. Sex here is not talking about sex. sex. It's talking about you feeling like yourself again. You as a woman feeling confident, walking around with your head held high because you no longer have the aches, the pains, the shame, the guilt, the burdens of medications and all of the things that cause you to feel so down. This is what Annie does. Helps women bring their sexy back. Help calm cravings, make peace with the middle, talking about weight in your belly, how to deal with that. Not only how to deal with it physically, but how to deal with it mentally. How to address the shame and the guilt that has been so integral in raising your cortisol and making the situation worse. She also teaches you how to get your hair and your glow back on your radar. Thinning hair is a big problem. Skin issues are a big problem. She addresses all of these in this part of the program. Feel like a woman again. That 2 a.m. reset. If you wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, that means your hormones are often out of balance, and Annie helps get that back in order so you sleep through the night. That is her goal in this part of the program. And then I address some of your symptoms, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your weight. If though any of those three are something you're struggling with, this is where I come in and I help you take charge of your numbers without letting the cuff take charge of you. Don't let that cuff, that scale run your life anymore. That's my goal for you, okay? Wake up in the morning, you may take your blood pressure, you may weigh yourself, but it's only for information, not as a stress cycle that you've been in. Learning how to take your blood pressure without panic, know what a high reading actually is telling you, stop letting one bad number ruin your whole day, know when to sit, breathe, check it again, and also know when it's an emergency, when you are supposed to go to the hospital or call the doctor. And then with all of that information, how we teach you is so simple that when you go to your doctor's visit next time, you are armed with confidence because you have a plan. You have a conversation that you can have with your doctor about getting you off of these pills, not adding more pills. How many of you have had your doctor keep adding more and more pills to your regimen, making your dose hot? Type a 1 in the chat if you are one of those people who have had the doctor keep adding pill after pill after pill, and you would like to see that turn the other direction. Maybe the next time you go to the doctor, he's actually subtracting a pill from you, not adding. Yes, I see some ones in the chat. This is a very, very, very common occurrence, and it's very rare for someone to be able to turn that ship the other direction. That's why we put this program together. We call this part of the offer the metabolic middle, okay? So your belly weight, the cravings, your hormones, they all may be connected. And we help you connect those dots and reverse that cause. It's called the metabolic middle. I don't know about you, but I've struggled with the metabolic middle myself. And you have to be intentional and you have to understand the why before you can get it fixed. So this addresses your blood sugar cravings, your sugar cravings. A lot of your cravings are nutritional problems. Like women, for instance, when you crave chocolate, your body wants magnesium. Your body wants magnesium. And I always recommend people to get magnesium supplementation if they struggle with eating foods that are that have magnesium in them. green leafy vegetables, things like that. But in this program, we help you address your magnesium deficiency with supplements, but also with whole foods. We teach you, we show you step by step. We help you find the biggest leak first, okay? Value for that complete restore system we just talked about, $8,000. Again, you've got 2 nurses, 2 naturopaths, tailored coaching. So this value is very accurate for that amount of work. And again, this program is 12 weeks, okay? Everything I'm talking about is for 12 weeks with an entire year added on of community connectedness on the back end. So you are getting our attention for 12 weeks to help you step by step through this process. This isn't just a overnight magic pill. No, we are walking you through this for 3 months, okay? So we've got the life change blueprint. We've got the restore system, hormones, all your numbers, Annie and I together. That's a $10,000 value so far. We're not done though. Reset and rebuild, eating well, moving well, while still having a life. And I know your ages. I know your abilities, your inabilities to do crazy exercises, crazy diets. So we tailored this to our audience. Those of you over 55, over 65, over 75, even over 85, we understand what you're dealing with, and we have created this program around where you are at, okay? 90 days of what am I eating? Answered. We create the program for you to help you know what to eat on a daily basis for 90 days. And I will tell you a little secret. If you take our food program and then do it 4 more times, that's a year of what to eat laid out for you from a health expert and a food expert. My wife is an incredible cook, and she does it healthfully and within a budget. So she has created this program to not be super expensive, to not be disgusting, and definitely not rabbit food. She doesn't like salad, so that's not part of this program. I know, naturopath that doesn't like salad, but if that's you and that's the type of program that you're looking for, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. So these are meals that your family will actually eat. They're good food without a fancy grocery bill. They're, I don't want another salad guide. They're easy meals for tired days. They're 15-minute dinner lists, 1 meal, not 3. So it is so easy, it's so delicious, and it's so sustainable. There's also things that are going to be bonuses in here, like restaurant ordering guide. How many of you love to eat at restaurants? Maybe you have a favorite restaurant. Type a 1 in the chat if you have a favorite restaurant, and that is one of your greatest fears of getting healthy is not being able to eat out at restaurants. That was my fear. And so for the last 12 years, we have made it our science to figure out how to eat out with our family. Our kids love to eat out. We consider ourselves foodies. We've put together this program so that you know what to eat, where, and how to order at restaurants without killing your body. We also teach you herbs in plain English. We're both herbalists. We make our own tea blend. I don't know if any of you have gotten our tea, Steady Tea. It's 12 herbs that we've put together for high blood pressure and hormones, all in one place. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in this offer, but that is something that we do. And we teach you about herbs in plain English, simple to understand, so you can teach other people. Exercise is important. It is. But the exercise that you're often taught is so overwhelming. Like some of you, maybe even in a wheelchair, and nobody's taught you how to exercise from a wheelchair. That is in this program. No matter where you're starting from in your physical ability, we teach you how to get your blood moving. in a way that burns calories for 48 hours after you're done. You're still burning calories while you are sleeping. How many like that as an exercise program, even from a wheelchair? That is a really good deal. It's exercise less, make it count more. The Easy Fit movement system is part of this package. It's a no-run guide to a healthier heart. I like that. 10-minute strength after 40. Short workouts that work harder for you. No gym, no problem. Movement for the I'm tired today days. This is the kind of thing that sustains even through those days where you feel tired, you feel achy, you feel like you can't do anything. This program still helps you burn calories for 48 hours after you're done. 10 minutes a day. Like, it's so easy and so useful. My wife and I do it every morning, and it's been incredible, the energy we have and the ability to still fit in our 6 kids. We have 6 kids, so we don't have a lot of time to do some fancy exercises, okay? Like I said, it's chair friendly. You get stronger without beating up your joints, and it helps you work out easily, simply, and gets you back into shape, even when you travel, okay? Even if you're out traveling. We also include 90-day supply of our tea blend, okay? Teaches you how to brew this, how to use it, incorporate it with your medications that you're on. And it teaches you the science behind every one of these herbs. Annie and I are kind of nerdy, and so we did a lot of research and science behind these herbs and why we put them in here. We make it very clear to you, okay? That exercise plan program, 90 days, the tea, $5,000 value, $5,497 value. We're now at $15,491 in value in this stack, and I'm still not done. I'm going to move faster here, though. We are running out of time, and I want to give you this opportunity. Number 4 stack is giving you more confidence as a patient, teaching you what your doctor is trying to tell you in simple English, in terms you can understand, giving you conversation starters to have for your next doctor's appointment, to get the conversation rolling about taking you off your medications, okay? Teaching you how to read your labs, what they say, what they mean, why you feel the way you do as it's reflected on your lab values. These are all things that are going to be things that we teach you, but not in a high-heady, oh, this is a course I have to know. It's just going to be simple explanations that you will be able to comprehend for your next doctor's appointment. We're going to help you keep your numbers in order, prepare them, walk in prepared next doctor's visit, and walk out with a clear mind, not that same anxiety that you used to have. We're also going to include you in a community. We talked about community before. This is a place where you and women like you are going to be in one place, in a community, able to share your wins, able to support each other 24/7 for an entire year. This is not something where you do this 3 months and then we drop you and you never hear from us again. You are with us for an entire year in this community. We continue to give you resources. We continue to support you. We continue to include you in question and answer periods. We help you talk through things like grief, anger, trauma, past trauma, life stuff that doesn't just show up in symptoms in your body. And you are around other women that are going through the same thing as you. And then we also are going to be bringing in other experts. It's not just Annie and I. You're going to have trauma specialists. You're going to have other naturopaths. You're going to have other people that create products that are going to be showing you how to learn these things on a holistic platform, all in this community together for an entire year. $3,497 value. That is an easy yes right there with that amount of value for an entire year. So far, we're at $18,988. I'm still not over, guys. I know it's a lot, but I want you to see this, all that we're putting together for you, because it is an incredible, incredible stack. And I know it is something that is going to be transformative for you. Just hold on. I'm almost done. The never start over promise. Had a bad day? Start here. Bad week? Do this next. The 72-hour comeback program. I haven't done anything for 2 weeks. Reset. We don't ever let you start from the beginning. We always keep encouraging you to push forward, to start where you're at, to keep moving, not to be bogged down by guilt, by shame, any of those things. How to come back without punishing yourself. That's so important. Teaching you how to work through some of these things that have kept you stuck on your health journey before. The life change day. Do the thing you wanted, your health back to do it. Wear the dress, take the pictures, go dancing, take the trip, play with the grandkids in this program, step by step, $1,500 value. Now we're at $20,000. Here's the kicker. I told you that this is 12 weeks of coaching. I don't know if you've ever tried to get a coach before, if you've ever had a health consult before, but they are expensive. And so 12 weeks of coaching by 2 naturopaths is not cheap in the markets that we're playing with. But we are teaching together for 12 weeks, teaching you how to do the plan, walking with you on doing the plan. Every week, bring us the thing that keeps you stuck. Wherever you're at, we are there every week to help you walk through these barriers, these hiccups, these speed bumps that have derailed you in the past. How many of you have had a health journey where something just took you off track? It might have been your doctor, like it might have been a family member. We help you with that. We help you move past that this time, push through it so that you are not derailed from your goals, okay? 12 weeks of coaching, live coaching, open Q&A, hot seats where weekly we bring somebody up and we actually go through their program, what they're doing, how they're doing, and help them one-on-one in front of the group. We have progress check-ins, personal troubleshooting, and obviously Annie and I working together, overlapping our expertise for you, okay? And all of this is not rush, 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 do this thing, rush, 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 do the next thing. It's completely self-paced. We are moving at your pace. I know that sounds strange as a group, but the program is designed for you to move at your pace during these 12 weeks with our encouragement and just moving along, sharing your wins at your pace. $6,500 value for 12 weeks of coaching, 2 nurses, 2 naturopaths for you. So far, we're at $26,000 in value. We teach you life change concierge program. All your questions that you have, always available in the group to ask, to get them answered. What can I make with chicken, rice, and spinach? Show me Joelle's blood pressure checklist. What did Annie teach about cravings? I missed a lesson. Where should I start? Help me get ready for this week's call. Those are the things that we help you with throughout the week as we coach you. You don't get stuck. How many of you have tried to get a hold of your doctor with a question and it just was not answered? We help you answer that for 12 weeks, guys, 12 weeks. That's $1,000 value. All right, so we've talked about the life change blueprint, the restore system, the reset rebuild system, the reclaim system, never start over system, 12 weeks of coaching, and now I have a few bonuses that we threw in there. We get your house on your side. So some of you have spouses, family members that may not be super supportive of your health journey. We help you get them on your side. We teach you, we coach you, we help you bring that person into some sessions. We have fast acting bonuses that if you want to actually include your spouse or a family or loved one in this coaching session, they get to join free of charge. That is $1,000 value, at least, at least. This piece here is Annie. It's all Annie. She wanted to put in here something that would help you make money. How many of you like to make money from something that you get involved with? This is that piece. Annie has made so many different types of products, skin products, hair products. She's had Etsy stores. She's sold. She made our tea blend. She knows how to make so many different types of skin and hair products. She's going to teach you how to make them in this mini course so that not only are you going to get your skin and hair back, but she's going to teach you how to sell your own products so that basically after a few sales, your investment in this program is completely free. Anybody like that? Type a 1 in the chat if you like that. If you like them apples. If you like them apples. Yeah, I'm seeing some 1s. I thought so. I thought so. All right. And then last but not least, the Glow Maker Lab, where we help you sell those products. We help you market those products that you create if that is something you're interested in. Now, we also will have a private session with you that is a one-on-one session that's going to help me understand who you are personally before you get started in the group. That's a $750 value. And we have a 90-day stabilization. We don't drop you at week 12. You stay in the community. We keep getting coached. You keep practicing what you've learned, and you get back up if life hits you. That is our guarantee at the end of the 90-day program that you get to stay around for the year. 12-month access. And one other thing we threw in here was that you get to join all of our challenges during that year. Any challenge that we hold, you get to join for free that entire year. That's a $2,000 value. So all of that stacked up, $31,979 in value. That's a lot of money. No, we are not charging you that. We are not going to charge you $31,000 to get coached. But how many of you can see that all of this together could equal that value? $31,000 worth of coaching for an entire year by 2 nurses. Guys, that is an incredible value, especially if it meant that you got your health back, that you were able to get off your pills, you were able to travel independently, you were able to avoid the nursing home. Do you know how much they take from you in the nursing home? They take everything. How many of you think that $32,000 is worth surviving outside of the nursing home, not getting yourself completely stripped down to nothing in the nursing home? I think that that is worth that. But you know what? This program normally is $5,000. I know. The value versus the actual price tag is ridiculous. But I want to tell you something. Annie and I are celebrating our first coaching program together. It's such a joyful occasion for me to be working with my wife together in a program that we decided, because this is our first one, and we've been coaching for 12 plus years separately, but we wanted to do something together for the first time ever. So we are creating this founder price for you if you want in starting tomorrow. We're starting tomorrow. This deal closes at midnight, okay? We are starting tomorrow to get this cohort going. This is our last invitation for this program for only $1,997. It is ridiculous. We almost got into an argument about this number, but we wanted to really pass on our joy to you in a monetary way, okay? $1,997 to get into this program. The website is bpquiz.com/all-in. bpquiz.com/all-in. I'm going to put it in the chat if you want to be in. I do have an option for you to put $200 down tonight to save your spot, because some of you may have to ask a spouse. I get it. You may have to think about it. We only have about 25 spots open, and we have, actually, no, we're down to 20 now. We're down to 20, 19. We're down to 19 spots for this cohort at this price. I told you the regular price next time we run this is going to be $4,997. And so this is the only time we are making it this price, okay? But when you go to that site, you can get the $200 deposit to get in, secure your spot, and we can talk about payment options tomorrow. But this deal goes away tonight. This deal goes away tonight. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to put the website in the chat, and I'm here to answer any questions. I need to get off blood pressure meds and stop kidney issues. You're in the right place. I promise you, my friend. You need to be on our program. It is going to be exactly what you need, Miss Janie. What is the course about? The course is about hormones. The course is about blood pressure. The course is about blood sugar. We attack causes. We find your cause, and we help you reverse your cause. Are you in any medication free? We help you become medication free. Yes, that is our goal. That is our goal. How many times a week do we meet? We meet once a week, but you are in the group, and so you are able to contact us. You're able to talk with each other 24/7. But we meet once a week, and we keep you moving forward wherever you're at your own pace. Any other questions? Please ask me all the questions you need to ask. This deal expires at midnight, and our next one is going to be $4,997 for this same program. This same program. Are you and Annie medication free? Yes, we are medication free. We are definitely medication free. Do you take credit cards? Yes. The website does accept credit cards. If you need a payment plan, there is Klarna available on the site as well. You can finance it. And I get the question a lot. I get the statement a lot that I can't afford it. I understand when money is tight. How many of you, though, have ever bought something that you can't afford? You financed it, you put it on a credit card, your car, your house, something that you absolutely could not afford. However, you knew the importance of it, and so you made it happen. I've done it all. I last year got involved in a scam and somehow scraped together $15,000 for a scam. For a scam, guys, because I thought I was going to retire. I thought it was going to get me freedom. And that was just money, for money. This wasn't for health, guys. So I understand what it means to be tight on money, but I also understand what it means to be tight on health. And guys, health is money. If you do not have your health, your money is worthless. Your time is worthless. Everything you own is worthless. I just heard a story about a guy who went to this to visit this sick man, and there was this brand new Cadillac sitting in the driveway. Tires were flat. The the sale sign was still in the window. It was so new. And he went into the guy's house and was like, "Man, it's a shame you're so sick that you can't drive that brand new Cadillac out there." And the man said, "Take it. You can have it. Nothing is worth my health. If I could give everything I own to get my health back, I would." And I've seen that same feeling on thousands of my patients' faces. Now is your opportunity to invest in your own health. What day and time are the meetings? It's going to be on Tuesday mornings. Tuesday mornings, there's going to be replays that will be available if you can't make the meeting. And of course, you can always send in your questions and we can answer them. Any other questions? I'm scrolling up here in the chat, trying to see if there's any questions. Yes, so meetings are once a week on Tuesdays, but there will always be a replay and the opportunity to contact us throughout the week with any questions. Anything else? Any other questions I can answer for you? bpquiz.com/all-in. Yeah, the T, if you're interested in the T, is bpquiz.com/T. And you can get a 30-day supply or a 90-day supply of the tea. The one thing that I do want to disclaim about this tea, yes, it does help. It does bring your numbers down because there's hibiscus in here, there's hawthorn, lemongrass, ginger, chamomile, lavender. It helps you sleep really well, helps balance your hormones, helps your blood pressure numbers. However, it doesn't fix your cause. And if you are interested in fixing your cause so that you don't need this anymore, go to bpquiz.com/all-in and get into our founding cohort of this program. Where are we located? We are located in Kentucky. So we're on Central Time in Kentucky. You're 100% right. Wish I knew that 20 years ago before my gut got messed up. Yeah, gut issues, you are also welcome to join. This does not mean you have to be in our program only if you have blood pressure issues or hormone issues. We address those, but we also help you reverse gut problems. Esophagitis, yes, we can help you with that. Unfortunately, I can't give you medical help or advice online, but if you get into my coaching program, I can help you with esophagitis. What's the website again? It is bpquiz.com/all-in. I'll put it in the chat again. bpquiz.com/all-in. Again, this deal closes at midnight. We are starting tomorrow. Our cohort's getting started tomorrow. So this is the last opportunity to get in. How do we get our labs if doctors don't take all hormone checks? That is a great question. We can actually point you in the right direction to get your hormones checked. Annie has a package that she can share with you to get your hormones drawn if your doctor won't do it. But oftentimes you can request that your doctor give you a prescription to get those labs drawn. But when it comes to lab numbers, we are more interested in how you're feeling because oftentimes your lab numbers can be normal, but you can feel terrible. And we are more interested in how do you feel? How are you functioning? How do you think your health is? How do you feel about your body? How do you feel inside? That's what we focus on. What about dialysis? Dialysis, yes, we can help you with that. There is no guarantee that we will completely reverse your kidney failure. It all depends on how far advanced it is. But there are simple things that we can do to help your kidneys start functioning and filtering better, more efficiently. You're welcome, Rochelle. Anybody else have any questions? I'm really excited, guys. This has been an exciting journey putting this together with Annie. We have tried working together before, but this has been the best product we've ever put together. We've run stores together, but we've never coached together. And so what happened is we started seeing that our audiences were very similar. We were coaching very similar audiences, and so we decided to do a program together. Rochelle, for your husband, yes, your husband's welcome to join the program. Because we're doing this final pitch, we're offering a 2-for-1 opportunity. If you sign up tonight, you can sign up for yourself or you can sign up for your husband, and you can both join at the same $1,997, which, guys, if you heard any half of the things that I told you is in this offer, this price is ridiculous. To get 12 weeks of coaching from 2 nurses. And I promise you, this isn't something we're doing for the money. Like our lives, I've retired from nursing. I'm doing this full time now. This is not something that we are scratching to get from you. If you don't join us, that's okay. We want you to find health, and we're doing this at this price to make it as affordable as possible. But this price does not reflect the value even a little bit. I just want you to know that we are doing this as an opportunity for you to invest in your health at a very reasonable price. And we are open to all sorts of ways to help get you in this program. So $1,997, bpquiz.com/all in, 200 down today, reserves your spot. We'll talk about payments tomorrow, and we can get you into one of the slots. The slots are going quickly. We have 6 people now in the program. We would like to keep a spot for you, but this price is not going to stay this, okay? It closes at midnight. Sleep issues is my main concern. Worked with doctors, therapists for trauma, sleep labs for 20 years. Not a lot of progress. Does this sound like something for the program? Absolutely. Absolutely. The amount of money that you've spent for the past 20 years to try and fix symptoms is reflective of why you need to be in this program. Because we don't talk about symptoms. We talk about symptoms in terms of the fact that they are pointing to a cause that we need to address. And so we help you with that. And we don't do it alone. We don't rely on just our knowledge to do that. We bring in other experts that help you dig into your past, help you understand the grief, the trauma, the issues that might be causing all of your issues, and we do it in a very systematic, safe place. We're also nurses, so we are bound by HIPAA laws to keep your privacy. We don't air your laundry out all over the place. And so, yes, absolutely. If you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to dig into the causes, this is the program for you to help you reverse your symptoms. What is this live about? This live is about a coaching program that we've put together, 2 nurses for 12 weeks, help you address causation in your life and get off of medications, unravel trauma, undo and reverse grief, loss, high cortisol, stress, all these things that are ailing you and which you're taking pills for, but are not fixing. Okay. That's what we like to tackle. Those are the things that we're focusing on in this 12-week program. If you're interested, it's bpquiz.com/all-in. The offer stack, we went through it. It's $30,000 worth in value over, and we are doing a celebratory founding cohort with my wife and I for $1,997. So $200 to get in. And again, this deal goes away at midnight. Unfortunately, we've got to get started. We've got to get these ladies their transformation starting tomorrow. So we are going to be closing the doors for entry at midnight. I hope you're on the inside, but if you're not, I know that you have learned some things tonight that are going to help you move forward. What time on Tuesday mornings? It's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday mornings is our coaching. And again, there will be a replay. If you're not available at that time, you can watch the replay. You'll still be able to ask questions in the group. Any other questions? I don't want to cut anyone off. Let me scroll up here just in case I missed anything. Ooh, Malcolm X said a society will only rise to the status of its women. That is so good. That is so good. I need this program. Jeanette, Miss Jeanette, I hope you got in. I hope you're able to get in. Miss Olivia, I'm interested in your program. Hopefully my budget fits it. I need hormonal balance. Yeah, budget is definitely a constraint, but again, when you go to your husband, your wife, or loved one, anybody responsible of helping you with this, ask them, how can we make this happen? Because that's what I did when I wanted to buy a new car. I wanted it so badly, and I asked my wife, how can we make this happen? I want to make this happen. I know I can't afford it. It was way over my budget, but I just wanted to make it happen. Oh, Miss Jeanette, working to get in now. Excellent. I'm so happy to hear that. My husband has gout. Do you help with that? I absolutely can help with that. Gout is something that can be reversed with simple methods. That's not complicated. I highly encourage him to be in a program like this because honestly, when it comes to gout, there are a lot of pills that will treat the symptoms. Even naturopaths will oftentimes give you herbs to help the symptoms, but I am about the cause. Find the cause, reverse the cause. You don't need herbs, you don't need pills, you don't need me, you don't need your doctor. That's my goal for you. You can throw the blood pressure cuff in the trash. You can keep it for emergency use only. Your pills are an emergency medication system only. That is what I want for you. What is a normal pulse rate on the blood pressure monitor? Usually between 80 and 100 is normal, depending on your body size, your activity level, what you're thinking about. But again, these numbers, they're just information. They're not identity. If your numbers are high, there's a reason it's high. If your numbers are low, there's a reason they're low. Understanding that is the first step. Very, very important. What's the remedy for bunions? Bunions. Oftentimes, bunions is just a shoe problem, I've found. But moisturization can help. Castor oil can help with bunions. But yeah, getting shoes that are looser, socks that are looser often helps with bunions. Anybody else have any questions? I have a few more minutes. Don't want to leave anybody out. Really excited to start this program tomorrow. Again, closes at midnight, $1,997. It is a steal and a deal for 12 weeks of coaching with 2 nurses, 2 naturopaths, plus all the experts we're bringing in, plus Annie teaching you how to sell natural products makes this course pretty much free. You'll pay that amount just to be in a course to learn how to sell natural products. Can hot flashes contribute to high blood pressure? No, but hot flashes are a significant symptom that also is connected to high blood pressure. So they don't cause high blood pressure in and of themselves, but the reason, the cause behind hot flashes and the cause behind high blood pressure are often the same. I did not hear the answer for normal pulse rate. 80 to 100 is normal pulse rate. So me and my husband can join for the same price? Yes, if you join tonight, we have a 2-for-1 deal. Part of the bonuses is bring a friend, bring a loved one, bring your husband, join the program together, work together for 12 weeks to transform your health. For $2,000, that's more than you spent on your last vacation. I can almost guarantee it. And what do you have to show for your last vacation? Not a transformation, most likely. Most likely. I don't. I spent more than $2,000 on my last vacation, and I don't have anything to show for it. A few extra pounds, maybe, but definitely not a health transformation. And so I want to encourage you, not because I need your money, but because I need you to be healthy. That is my goal. If you go on my YouTube, on my TikTok, on my Facebook, I have over 800 videos of me talking to you for free, wanting you to be healthy. So you cannot question my determination to teach you how to be healthy. I'm not here for money. I'm here to help you find health. I can bring a friend for free. That's why I joined, to get info for her. Is there a replay I can send her? Yes, there is going to be a replay of this video. Absolutely bring a friend. If you want that person to be your +1, they are welcome into the program with you. What can I use for hot flashes? I heard that flax seeds are highly recommended. They are recommended, yes. But again, that is just treating the symptoms, okay? That's not treating the cause. If you want to find out the cause of your hot flashes, you need to be in a program like the one I'm talking about, bpquiz.com/all-in. For $2,000, we can help you fix the cause, and then you won't have to take flax seeds anymore. You won't have to be on birth control anymore. You won't have to be on hormone replacement therapies anymore. That's what we want for you, okay? Flax seeds are great. I take them too, but I only take them recreationally. I take them when I feel like it because my body doesn't require them for health. I don't take supplements regularly. I take supplements when I'm sick, when I'm feeling ill. Same with my kids, same with my wife. We do things when we feel like it because we seek to fix causes. Where will the replay be found? Midnight is approaching and I need my +1 to watch. The replay will be on YouTube. Yeah, I'll put the replay up on my YouTube channel at BraveWorksRN. At BraveWorksRN. But you can go ahead and put your 200 down, save your spot, and then have your friend, family member watch the replay, make sure they're in, and we can talk about the payment plans tomorrow. At BraveWorksRN, yes, that's correct. Yep, this deal closes at midnight, and next time you see this program advertised by us, it will definitely be $4,997 to get in on this exact same program. I would love for you to be part of this founding group at $1,997 with only $200 to get in, to save your spot, to get all these bonuses if you get in tonight, which includes +1. So basically, if you split it with somebody, that's $1,000 for 12 weeks of coaching. I don't even I would dare you to find 12 weeks of coaching somewhere for $1,000. Yep. Any other questions? Any other questions? I don't want to keep you all night. I would love to see you inside, but if it's not your time, no judgment. I wanted to give you this information regardless of whether you join us or not. Please go on my YouTube, my TikTok, my Facebook. There's so much information there that I share for free that you can follow along on your own. But again, it's all about compressing time. Okay. If you don't want to watch 800 videos to get healthy, get in this program where we can get your problems reversed quickly. Okay. There's no guarantees, obviously, but I've seen people's problems reversed in a matter of days when they address the cause. 3 months is a lot of time to deal with your high blood pressure, with your blood sugar problems, with your obesity problems. One detox with me, I promise you, you will lose the weight. One few tweaks, you'll keep that weight off for good. Same with your, these figures are USD, US dollar. Same with your blood pressure, same with your hormone stress issues. Man, can you imagine getting your stress under control so your cortisol numbers are normal? It does wonders for your sleep, for your perspective, for your mood. Stress is so incredibly damaging. Research shows that 10 minutes of road rage is equivalent to smoking a pack of cigarettes. So how many of you people with chronic stress are basically chain smoking on your body? It is incredibly damaging. What about for women nursing in postpartum? Can they do the program? Absolutely. My wife is currently nursing postpartum, and she is going to be part of the program walking with you. So if you are postpartum, she is definitely the person to be in a coaching program with. This is baby number 6. We have she's 5.5 months now, and so breastfeeding solely. Lots of tips that she can throw in there to help you with breastfeeding and learning how to manage that healthfully. Yes, thank you, sweet babies. Yes, I have a few sweet babies. Yes, I do. Yeah, we'll have to share that story of our last one. She was born breech. I delivered her. She was not breathing for 30 minutes. Life flighted to Louisville, NICU for 30 days. God healed her, and she is doing just fine. They didn't think she would ever move again. So she's having seizures and all kinds of things. So our journey is not what you might think. It has been a bumpy road, but God has prepared us to be able to share our journey with you in a way that is easy to understand, easy to implement, simple, God's ways. God's ways are always simple. They're not always easy, but they're simple. Okay? They're simple. And that's what we try to teach people. God is perfect. Yes. God is perfect. Thank you. What time did I say the coaching starts? We start tomorrow. Our intake call is tomorrow. And then our coaching calls are going to be every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So this deal goes away at midnight. $2,000 for 12 weeks of coaching with my wife and I, plus all the experts that we know. We're going to be bringing them in, grief coaches, other naturopaths, all kinds of experts to help you not just hear from the two of us for the next 12 weeks. Tomorrow we are meeting at same time as tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow evening. That'll be our intake call, and we're going to be answering questions for those of you that have taken this step. We're going to be getting started tomorrow night, and we will answer all your questions. We're going to talk to you about payment plans if you're on a payment plan. If you paid in full, we have some extra perks. We also consider financing paid in full. So if you finance with Klarna, we consider that paid in full as well. All right, it looks like I am gonna have to call it for the night, but I hope that this has been helpful to you. Again, bpquiz.com/all in. Trying to see if my sister wants to be my +1. Excellent. That is excellent. I highly encourage you, though, if you're still waiting on a +1, get in with the $200 deposit just to save your spot, because at midnight this does close, and I would hate for you to miss this deal. This is one of those deals that does not come twice. There is educational help for you on YouTube, on TikTok, but when it comes to coaching, this deal is not going to come again. That I promise you. I only got an agreement with my wife to make this price as long as we agreed to never do it again. So I promise you, this price is never coming again. The regular price will be $4,997. Same package, same deal for the next group of coaching. And I don't know when that will happen either. So closes at midnight. What if you can't on coaching at that time? Oh, there will always be a replay. So, and if the group votes to make it a different time, we're open to that as well. That's just the time we chose to start with. But if there's a consensus that we need to change it to a different time, we will do that. That is okay. Our focus will be this group for the next 12 weeks. So we want to make it as useful to the group cohort as possible. So, okay. Any other last questions? I don't want to cut anyone off. If you have any last questions. Let me ask this. If anybody has not chosen to take the coaching, is there anyone that would like to share why, what their concern is, what maybe their issue might be with wanting to join the program? You might be helpful to other people that are having the same thoughts. If there's something I can answer, this is not a high pressure sales call. This is just me making something available. And if you're not able to, I would like to understand why so that I can help you, maybe help others that have the same issues or concerns. So if you have those comments, I would love to hear them. For this last few minutes before I go. Anybody else? Anybody? I don't want to cut anyone off. Yeah, so tomorrow we are meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Our kickoff. Tried so many things, not sure if this will work either. One reason to question joining. Tried so many different things, not sure if this will work either. Yeah, that is a big one, and that I understand. Absolutely. Especially if you've just met me, you've just met my wife, you've not spent a lot of time listening to our content. I can understand that. And really the fear behind that is what we address at the very beginning of the program, is how to undo and address some of the issues that have caused you to fail whatever in the past. Maybe it was a scam. Maybe it was something that life did and threw you off in the past. Maybe it was a bad program. These are all things that are real concerns with people, and we address those right at the beginning because we want to help you have the success you're looking for. You know, Jesus said, as your belief is, so be it unto you. And we believe that. We believe that if your belief in your ability to push through disruption, no matter what form it comes in, when you do that, you can do so much. And so we help you unpack the cause of that as well. What was it that caused you problems in the past? What were the reasons why it didn't work? Maybe it wasn't tailored to your body. Maybe it wasn't about the right causes that were making you sick or gave you the symptoms that you have. We help you find that. So that is a very, very valid concern. And that is something that we deal with right away. 2K is not a lot, but I recently took leave from work, so no income. We'll need to sell a lot of tea. I hear you. I hear you. And again, it's about your belief in your ability to make this thing work, not necessarily just to scrape together money. Like I said, this program includes a way to sell products, and we teach you how to market, how to package, how to get your products in front of the people that you know and love, and they like and trust you already. There's so many things about this package that will help you pay for itself. And so sometimes it is a leap of faith. I understand that. I understand that. But I encourage you before midnight, take some time and pray about it. I firmly believe in God's ability to answer you in regards to something like this. If he says no, please don't join this program. I promise you, I do not want you in my program against God's will. But if he says yes, take the leap. Take the leap. Also, although I believe in Jesus, peace be upon him, I'm not a Christian. Is the program non-denominational? I do pray and believe in God. I'm Muslim. That is excellent. Yes, we welcome Muslims, we welcome atheists, we welcome Buddhists, we welcome all faiths. We are believers in Jesus and in God. We do not shove it down your throat. Our goal is to get you into a healthy place because we believe that a clear mind is the ultimate place for you to be your best self. And so when your mind is clear, when your body is healthy, you are your best self. And we want that for you. That's what we want. Okay. What happens beyond that is between you and God. And we leave it at that. Great question. Great question. Anyone else have any concerns, any questions? I don't want to cut anyone off. I want to answer as many questions as I can. What if you can't get to, oh yeah, I answered that question. All right, one last time. I'm going to put the link in the chat, bpquiz.com/all in. bpquiz.com/all in. Again, if you're waiting to ask a +1, absolutely do that. If you need to talk to your spouse, absolutely do that. Secure your spot for $200. Talk to them. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're kicking off this 12-week program, $1,997. Only time it's going to ever be this price. That I promise you. Normal price is $4,997. And we talked about the value stack. It is definitely over $30,000 worth of value. And that is only a price without you motivated to sell the products we teach you how to make and how to turn even this knowledge around and sell it in its own coaching packages. We help you with all those things. So you're your own limit on what the value really is of this product. So vpquiz.com/all in. Thank you for being here. I hope and I pray that your knowledge of health has grown tonight. And again, if you need more knowledge, if you just can't get into the program, I understand. Go to my TikTok, my Facebook, BraveWorks RN. Go to my wife's YouTube, Everyday Nurse Annie on YouTube. She talks about hormones. I talk about health all the time. So God be with you. God bless you. Remember, genetics writes the recipe, but lifestyle bakes the cake. My name's Joel. Be your own doctor.